Samsung silently released the Galaxy A80 in India recently. We know it's got that cool pop-up swivel camera, but what else is Samsung offering for almost 50,000 rupees? Well, let's unbox it first. Hey guys, Ash here from C4eTech, and if you do end up liking what you see, please don't forget to turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon. And by the way, if you've not checked out my Mi A3 giveaway, here's a card to that. Now the Galaxy A80 comes in the regular white Samsung packaging, nothing different here. We have an image of the phone as well as some branding. To the back, as always, we get the spec highlights, and there's more branding to the sides. Let's now remove the plastic and see what's on the inside. Opening up the box, we have the A80 itself at first. Let's get back to it in a bit. Now the top of the box, it's got the SIM ejector tool, some documentation, warranty card, quick start guide, etc. Then there is a pink hard case. Now getting back to the A80, peeling the plastic off, this is the Angel Gold variant. I'm not a huge fan of gold, but this pearly pinkish white does look nice. Let's remove the plastic of the front, turn on the A80 and set it aside for the moment. We then have a 25-watt fast charger. We also get a pair of Type-C earphones here. And finally, there's a Type-C to Type-C cable. Now guys, the reason why Samsung's included a pair of Type-C earphones here is because the A80 does not have a headphone jack. Another thing it doesn't have is support for microSD expansion. So a dual SIM tray, Type-C port, primary mic and speakers, that's what we find at the bottom. Other placements include the power key to the right, volume keys to the left, a secondary mic up top, and that's pretty much it. Now to the back, you see this camera module that raises and flips. So the A80 has two motorized mechanisms. Basically, this triple camera setup, you get to use it for selfies too. The reason Samsung's gone this route is to make sure that there are no notches or cutouts, any kind of interruption to the front. And this here, it's a 6.7-inch Gorilla Glass covered Super AMOLED display. The resolution is Full HD Plus, which seems to be sharp enough. The colors are rich, the viewing angle's great, and it's plenty bright. Samsung does provide a couple of options to tinker around with regards to color accuracy. And of course, this being AMOLED, we have an always-on option. So you can just glance at the A80 to check out the time or if you have any notifications. Now, one unique aspect of this display, well, it's the aspect ratio, no pun intended. Now, it's a little different than what we are used to. It's 20:9, so the display is a little taller. In fact, the A80 is quite a big phone. It's also wide to grip, it's 9.3mm thick and weighs in at about 220 grams. So it is indeed a little hefty. Single-handed usage was definitely not on Samsung's minds when they built this one. So it's a big phone, it's a little heavy, it's got slippery glass to the front and back. Now thanks to these, the chances of dropping the A80 are a little higher than usual, but I get it, looks are the priority here, it's not functionality, it's form. But what I do not get is why the included case is so smooth. There's no texture, no grip whatsoever. It almost feels like the OnePlus One Silk White pack. Usually the cases help add some grip, but this one doesn't, not at all. The entire time I felt I was gonna drop the A80, even with the case on, especially with the case on. It seems like a weird choice from Samsung. Now that said, the phone looks beautiful, especially this Angel Gold variant. If you notice, there is no earpiece on this. That's cause Samsung's put the earpiece under the display. Not just that, even the fingerprint scanner is beneath the display. This is of the optical kind, a little slow. Given the pop-up nature of the selfie camera, Samsung's not provided a face unlock option here. I guess that's because this isn't the fastest pop-up, and it's quite noisy too. I mean, you hear this, right? Okay, enough with the exteriors, let's dig into the spec sheet. The A80 is powered by the Snapdragon 730G. This one's supposed to offer excellent gaming performance. In the limited time we spent with it, games seem to run smoothly. Now there's also 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of onboard storage, which happens to be quite important since, as I mentioned earlier, there is no room for memory expansion. On the battery front, we've got a 3700 mAh battery here, and Samsung says it can be charged from 0 to 50 in about 30 minutes using the included 25-watt fast charger. As for software, we've got One UI running on top of Android 9 Pie. There's not a lot of bloat, the interface feels snappy and responsive. You can choose between gestures or virtual keys, and even the order of the keys themselves. Talking about keys, there is no dedicated Bixby key, but if you like Bixby, if you're one of those people who use it, you can set the power button to activate Bixby on long press. We get an FM radio and my favorite Samsung Pay returns, the full-fledged version. That's always a pleasure to use. Samsung's also included a quick measure app. This uses the TOF sensor to measure the distance of something from the A80. It can also give the dimensions of an object or measure the distance between two individual points. It's a fun little novelty app. Now, talking about the cameras, we have three to the back. The primary is a 48 megapixel f2. Sony IMX586 is what it seems to be. It seems to do a stellar job with images. Good detail and dynamic range, rich pictures overall. I really like this performance. Again, here with this close-up shot, the primary sensor does quite well. There's still ample blurring despite the f2 lens. Now the secondary is a 8 megapixel f2.2 ultra-wide, so it lets you shoot images like this. The detail takes a hit, yes, but it still seems to be decent. The third one, that's the TOF or time of flight sensor. This helps with depth deduction and does a fair job with live focus. The edges seem on point. This also lets you do portrait video, and while edge detection is not great here, it's still usable. Again, a novelty. Talking about video, the A80 maxes out at 4K at 30 FPS, but at this resolution there is no stabilization. So while the detail might be good, the footage is shaky, it's very unstable. At 1080p, we get stabilization, but the detailing takes a hit. Now flipping this camera around for selfies, Samsung provides a cropped in option, the regular selfie, and of course, the wide angle. It is also a little disappointing that Samsung continues to not provide a proper Pro mode, even with a phone like the A80 that's camera focused and priced, and almost priced like a flagship. Now talking about the price, this one costs 47,990 rupees, which seems quite impressive for what the A80 has to offer. The flip camera seems interesting, yes, the chip inside seems to be excellent, but this is OnePlus 7 Pro territory, and we have a host of Snapdragon 855 toting phones with the same primary sensor at much lower price points. Now something like the Asus 6Z even provides the flip option, a better implementation in my opinion, since it has only one motorized part and is also able to shoot pans and more with it. Anyway, I will reserve judgment till my full review. I will test this one out and get back to you guys with more detailed information. In the meantime, if you have any questions about this phone, leave them in the comments below, and also let me know, what do you think about the A80? Do you think it's overpriced? Do you think it's something unique? Do you think Samsung's engineering is great on this one? Whatever your thoughts, let me know in the comments below. And with that, we get to the end of this unboxing video. Please subscribe if you did like this video, and here are a few other videos that you might be interested in. So go ahead, check them out. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4 Retech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.